A little bit variable and probably a little bit too pace as well. And we know that the Indian bowling attack would maximise what they might be able to get out of it, as they've done all series. So we knew it would be a challenge, but saying that when it is 250, there isn't that scoreboard pressure. So if we were able to get partnerships, then we could take the game deep, and we were confident in being able to chase it down. But I guess there's a little bit of a theme throughout the series. Although it was some improving signs today, we just wanted to take them a little bit further, and they were able to pick up those wickets at key moments, which made life a little bit difficult in that chase. But I thought the first half from the bowlers was outstanding, and the last two games they've really stepped it up, which has been nice.
What about those pressure moments and decision making and things like that? Is that still a concern for you guys?
To be honest, over these 5 games, we've been put under pressure a lot, and it obviously challenges decision making, which, although we're on the wrong side of the results 4-1, which India fully deserve, that they've been great experiences to have, and to learn and try and move our games forward as individuals and as a collective, which is extremely important for us to make steps forward in the right direction. We've got another series as a one-day unit as well this summer, and we want to see that again. And when you are able to take on the best India, one of the best teams in the world at the moment, it is a great opportunity to do that.
How did you see Jimmy's dismissal? Looked like he was going on so well.
Yeah, he was batting beautifully at ease. Obviously, he didn't try and get out like that, and it's one of those things. It is a shame when anyone gets out. It's a bit of a shame, but as he was going so nicely, there was that hope and that partnership with him and Satner, who we know can bat beautifully, and he showed signs as well. And probably both of their dismissals were perhaps on the unlucky side, but that's the nature of it. And once again, India were able to put us under a bit of pressure.
And what about the DRS with Ross?
Oh, yeah. I heard about that sort of not long after I got out, which is extremely frustrating. Yeah, we obviously had a conversation, and Ross has been batting absolutely beautifully. So, yeah, it breaks your heart, doesn't it, when you realise you make a mistake like that and through our communication. And but unfortunately, it's one of those things, and you do need to move on.
Did that? Sorry, just I don't want to labour the point of that conversation. You looked like he said he asked you the question. How did that conversation go?
Yeah, he sort of walked past me and, what do you reckon? And maybe it's too high, and then it was sort of maybe it's umpire's call, and it's just. Yeah, unfortunately, it is one of those things. So we'll move on.
One of the teams bowled out four of the games before losses. So can you just elaborate on what you've seen from the batting? Would it be a problem?
Yeah, I sort of mentioned earlier that the game, I suppose, is about pressure, and if you can, as an outfit, you want to put the opposition under as much pressure as you can to either challenge decision making, and when you do that and you tend to pick up wickets, that obviously puts you in a fairly strong position. I think throughout this series, India were far better at that than us, and as a bowling unit, they were superb. Their accuracy from a seaming perspective and a spin perspective did put us under that sort of pressure, which I think we saw improvements throughout the series, but it certainly was something that we didn't start the series well with, was actually being able to soak that up and try and turn it and put it back on them.
Just back to the first innings, Ben, you mentioned the bowlers were outstanding. For India to go from 18 for 4 and eventually get to 250, do you put that down to just them consolidating and getting the partnerships at the right time, or you guys maybe not quite finding the same areas as the first 10 overs?
Yeah, I guess that's a great example of sort of the previous question, where we had them under a lot of pressure. They obviously played the extra batter today, which was very helpful for them when they were in that situation, but they soaked that pressure up, and they didn't sort of get away on us with any scoring. It would have been obviously nice to pick up another couple more wickets. We obviously spent a lot of resource at the top with 7 and 6 from our front two seamers. Knowing that they had the extra batter, we knew we had to make a few changes, and because they perhaps weren't coming that hard at us, it was difficult to blast them out, but we thought if we could squeeze for a period of time, we would maybe create a couple of errors, and I think we saw some half chances, maybe the odd mistake, which is nice if it goes your way, but for the large part they were able to soak up that pressure and take the game to a stage where then they could perhaps get a knock, someone like Hardick, which was a fantastic innings of 40 off 20, which put them at that par, perhaps even a fraction higher at the halfway stage from 18 for 4 is a fantastic effort.
I know this is an easy question for somebody to ask from the sidelines, but when you have a wicket like MS Dhoni, 18 for 4, does an air of complacency then maybe creep through the side when you have that big wicket gone?
No, not at all. I think we've seen throughout the series how good India are, and you do need to be playing good cricket for a long time, not just for perhaps a few dismissals. So obviously MS is a big wicket, but as we've seen today, there's a number of other guys that are outstanding, world-class players we've seen throughout this series, so there was none of that. It was simply back to what I mentioned earlier.
How do you see it turn around for the T20 today?
Yeah, change of format, change of squad, so it's always refreshing, and the guys will be very much looking forward to that T20 series.
Kane, you've got 3 more ADIs against Bangladesh before the World Cup team's pick. It seems to, we still seem to be juggling a few combinations, and everyone's a selector, but it seems pretty hard choice. How close are you, do you think, to that 15 now?
Yeah, I mean, the experiences that we had in this series were all fantastic. Obviously, we had a number of guys involved from a larger squad perspective, which was great. But at the end of the day, it'll come down to a balance, the sort of cricket that I guess we've been playing a brand for a period of time, but we'll look closely at that. Like you say, there's still some cricket to come, so that will be helpful. But time will tell, I suppose, to finalising that squad. But it's not so much about that as it's about the cricket that we want to play right here, right now. And I think if we're doing that to the best of our ability, any preparation or ideas of future stuff, hopefully we'll progress a little bit more organically rather than perhaps looking too far ahead.
Did you answer a lot of those sort of things that are up in the air, or is it actually just a few more questions as a result of this series?
It's sort of when you make decisions and put guys in situations to try and, I guess, give them those experiences, whether the answer is perfect or not, often that isn't the case. You can't script it, I suppose, but the idea is that as a squad that you're wanting to be able to have guys in these situations and have these experiences, so over a bigger picture we'll all be better for it. And I think that'll be the best part that came out of this series. It was a very tough series. We've had a large squad that have been exposed to the series and had the experiences that we've wanted, although they've been tough and we've been on the wrong side of the results. But overall I think it's been a positive thing.